Hey, what's up, fans? This is Greg, as always, the host of the Painter Servant here on Twitch. Suffering a little bit of audio issues, but I'm going to go ahead and try to make those changes real quick. Welcome back to the Grindstone. Thanks everyone who are joining today, new fans and old. I think you'll find today's stream to be both exciting and new. Also, as you saw on the previous intro screen, don't forget to use my TCG Player affiliate link, which will also be posted in the chat. I just have to make sure that bot is running. Today we're doing something super different. 95% of the time, I host Commander gameplay for military gamers and alters enthusiasts. And then on occasion, I also do a new box set opening on the channel. It's been a while since we've done that. But today is actually going to be a little different. We're doing a box opening today, but it's going to be in the form of what we call a box battle. And so the box battle will have some really cool incentives from our team at Sablan MTG Alters. Of course, you could find my team at the QR code scanned there at on the screen there as well. And then you can find me bottom right on the QR code scanned as well for Painter Servant. Anyway, check us out. It's Sablan MTG Alters and the Painter Servant. We're all on different social media. But today, with the box battle, we want to highlight something special that we've done with our team for the prizes today. So this is my first time doing something like this on the stream, so bear with me, but I promise it will be fun. In today's box battle, I'll be opening. Let me just turn this off really quick because we actually want to see what pulls are going to be coming out. Today on the stream, we're going to be opening a box of Dominaria Remastered Collector Boosters. And so if you haven't already picked up this particular SIL product, you know, or maybe you don't know, but there's 12 collector booster packs in the box. I think it retails at about $30 per pack, and so that's kind of where that is. So I'll be opening 12 booster packs from this box live on the stream. And so with regards to the box battle, essentially for each of the packs, we have 12 different fans who have committed support in supporting our channel, but also some more supporting Sablan MTG Alters. And for those packs, essentially, they'll be competing for high and low CMCs between mythics and rares pulled, and those numbers will be tallied up for each individual. And when the final tallies are in, basically the high and low CMC pack winners will claim one of the two prizes that we are offering today. We're calling these prizes a new set of alters that my team at Sablan MTG Alters are calling textured foil full art lands. And this is a new technique, new skill that we've added to our repertoire. And I like to credit the other fellow artist that was able to provide some insight and advise us to doing this type of alter. His name is Keith of Cthulhu Cards. Great guy. Met him back at the Magic Summit in November, and we had a blast playing games, but also talking about alters and artwork. Anyway, so essentially, the high CMC winner is going to win the land pack from Kamigawa. And so, if you know anything about the Kamigawa full art lands, they're beautiful, they're awesome. What's really cool about them also is the fact that they are extremely detailed and intricate, and you can see that here. And why do we call this textured lands? Essentially, there's a technique that is added to it called debossing. And debossing, essentially, you apply a small amount of pressure to the card so that it creates a somewhat 3D-like look. And it has a texture, which essentially, I mean, we've seen some texture cards in various ways, I think, from sets like Commander Legends. But this one gives it more of a 3D feel as if you were physically looking or touching some of the surfaces on the card. So this is the plains. This is an island. I mean, beautiful artwork coming out of Full Art Lands. They're awesome. Neon Dynasty. We have a mountain, and I've been told by the Japanese that are here in Japan, where I'm stationed, that this is a representation of Mount Fuji or Fujisan. Funny or cool thing about Fujisan is this past September, my wife and I we actually climbed it on a whim, and that was an amazing experience. So if you're ever in Japan, definitely consider climbing Fujisan. It's an amazing experience. Um, we have a swamp here, extremely very detailed and intricate. Again, a lot of straight lines, things of that nature. And then we have the very cool forest, which a lot of people have actually been asking me to do. Our team to do, and we'll try to accept commissions for these lands in the future. But the highest CMC winner amongst the mythics and rares pulled will be winning the Kamigawa land set. So good luck to that person, whoever that is. Again, we have 12 participants, so we'll see how that pans out. And then the low CMC, so we can't forget about the lowest person in the totem pole. We had the highest on the totem pole. Unfortunately, the people in between will only get their collector booster back, but the lowest CMC will get new Capenna lands, and they're probably not as desirable as the Kamigawa lands, but I would have to say they are very beautiful. Regardless, this is a plains. Um, I actually really love this one. This one was awesome. Looking at it, as far as the detail is concerned, it's amazing. When it was done, I couldn't believe, the amount of work that was put into it, but it's great. That's the plains. We have the island. Um, yeah, the straight lines, the architecture in New Capenna, I think it's amazing, and it's articulated and highlighted in these cards. So that's the island. Then we have the swamp. What I've seen with the swamps, at least with regards to my team working on them, is they are, it's very difficult to actually see some of the line work because of the opaque nature of black. But that's the swamp. And then this one is actually really cool. The mountain has a lot of very neat line work, and so those are shown and articulated with the texture. And then finally, the forest. Okay, so lowest CMC gets this land pack. Again, the highest CMC gets the Kamigawa land pack. With all that being said, I did want to wish everyone good luck who are participating. Appreciate you coming by. I'm going to do my best to monitor the live chat as well as I'm opening packs, but feel free to engage and call out some cool cards that you've seen. Let's get this going. Okay, so I'm just going to set those aside, and we'll go ahead and open the box. Let's do this. All right, let me open up the chat really quick. I don't want to keep everyone in suspense. Everyone's waiting for me. But the chat needs to be open so I can engage with folks. Yep. I know we're live with the chat. I just don't know who's actually on. Dead Space Twit, and then Varl Machine. Appreciate you coming by. I'm assuming you're one of our folks, our fans here that committed to supporting it. Otherwise, you might be new fan to the stream. Welcome. All right, here we go. I think we're doing this right. Okay, so the thing about the timeline is previously I was waiting on one more committed fan to have his support sent. We were actually supposed to do this 9 hours ago, but time differences and all. Again, I'm in Japan, and I couldn't get that support committed at the time. And really, I was supposed to do it at 10 p.m. Yesterday, last night in Japan, but Yes, Nathan, Dead Space Twit. Thanks, man. It's always a pleasure to talk with you on the chat. Um, okay, yeah. Anyway, we were supposed to do it last night. It didn't quite happen. We're doing it today, and here we are. I'm glad everyone's on. Looks like 6 people are viewing, which I'm assuming are the pack holders. Let's go ahead and randomize this a little bit. Just kind of shuffle that, but not try to damage the cards too much. And then essentially this is the randomization before we open packs. So we'll set that aside very quick. What we'll do is we'll call out the first pack holder. It's going to be Grant. And so we have that there. And actually, we'll just call out everyone. So Grant, we have Grant as a pack holder. We have Jonas. We have Sam. And we have Will. And then we have Nathan. I'll set those aside. Okay, so Nathan. Then there's Robert. Ryan. Kenny. Thomas. Levon. Oh, make a little bit more space. I suck. Sorry. Again, I apologize, everyone. This is my first time doing this, so bear with me. I didn't forget about all of the participants, of course. I can't. They committed support, so I appreciate that. Then we have Aldo. I know the suspense is killing you all. Promise I'm going to try to make this entertaining. And then finally we have G. And those are the packs. Okay, first pack, let's go ahead and open it for Grant. Good luck, Grant. We'll look, check to see if your high CMCs and your low CMC. I'll tally it and write it on the screen so everyone knows what's going on. All right. So one thing I think that's really great about this set is the fact that it's Dominaria. And so if you're an old player like myself who's played since 1994, you'll remember or you probably feel nostalgic about opening these packs because there's a lot of cards in here that are from Urza Saga, Legacy, Destiny, etc. And they got reprinted. Unfortunately, for some of us old collectors, we preferred it didn't. But here we are, we're having fun, and we're opening and being nostalgic about packs. Okay, so I think we'll just cut to the chase. We'll just reveal the mythics, and oh, you know what? Maybe we'll just do it all together. Again, this is my first time doing this, so I apologize. So we have a token, Oversold Cemetery foil. That's 2. And, we'll have our handy dandy calculator here just to make sure we're on track. So we have 2. Helm of Awakening. That's another 2. It's a rare. Plus an Absorb. That's 3. That's 5. Or plus 3. Legacy Weapon. So that's a big hit as far as high CMC is concerned. So that's plus 7. And some other cool cards. Ornithopter Turnabout. Turnabout's an awesome EDH card. I just like to highlight that. Again, if you don't know, that I'm also on the Commander Advisory Group, representing military gamers and Alters enthusiasts. That's my role in the CAG. And so playing Commander is definitely my passion, and that's my format of choice. Dad bods and beards, yeah, right on. Cracking some packs. Is that, if I'm not mistaken, is that you, Josh? Anyway, some cool cards. We had 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 7. That's 14 for the first pack. Everything else is a uncommon or common foil from the pack. And that's pretty much that. So 14 for the first pack. Let's write that in. So Grant has 14. All right, next let's go to Jonas. Good luck, Jonas. open this pack. And Will, my good friend Will, I've known him for a long time. You're on the chat. Thanks for joining, man. Great to have you on. Okay, so let's go into the tallies again. So Goblin Token, nothing. Forgotten Ancient is a rare, so let's add that. That's a 4. We have a Full Art Absorb, and that's a 3. And Sulphur Falls is definitely a land, so that's 0. We have a Vexing Sphinx, which is 3. And oh, you actually have a cool Swords to Plowshares. I mean, that is the best one-drop removal spell in all of Magic, I think. Um, of course, Commander included. So at least you get a nice hit there as far as a full uncommon is concerned. Everything else, let's see, there's no other foils, or I'm sorry, there's no other mythics or rares pulled from that pack, I don't think. Nope, that is correct. Also, a very cool thing about Dominaria Remastered Collector Boosters, or just in general, I think for Dominaria Remastered, is they have the old border look about them, so they're not in the modern frame. And yeah, to return to looking at that really cool looking star, shiny star on the bottom left of the Magic card. Again, it's a very nostalgic thing. I think if you know something about the historical aspect of foils, they weren't first introduced until I think it was Urza's Legacy. Yeah, Urza's Legacy. Urza Saga. I mean, essentially, uh, you had you had non-foils in the set, but some people ask like, what about Duress? What about Gaze Cradle? Well, no, they weren't originally part of the set. As foils that you could actually pull. They were foils that were printed, I think, for judges. So if you own some of those judge foils and things of that nature, that's actually not because it was in the Urza Saga set the first time foils were introduced. For everyone's enjoyment and availability was in Urza's Legacy, I think. Okay, cool. So let's tally that up. You might be in the running for low CMC. That is a 10 for your pack, Jonas. I think I did the math right there. A land is definitely 0. Okay, cool. Let's go to the next one. We have Sam. Good luck, Sam. Yeah, thanks, Josh, for that in the chat. Yep, I do recall Urza's Legacy foils being a thing. I remember when I first saw it as a kid, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. The unfortunate thing that about foils was I didn't realize the value at the time, and I couldn't, for the life of me, decide if I really needed a foil or a non-foil. I preferred non-foils at the time. But as I grew older, obviously, I knew better and started to collect these things. Oh man, I think I saw something pretty sweet in Sam's pack. Urza Lord High Artificer. Yeah, Sam, you got a big hit there, man. So that's 4. Okay, so we got 4. Then we have a Siege Gang Commander. That's 5. Stroke of Genius. Man, I really loved this card back in the day. I remember playing a deck, or playing against a deck, where all the guy did was, I mean, it was kitchen table magic essentially at the time. I mean, some of us might have been playing Type 1, Type 1.5, Type 2, etc. But Stroke of Genius was huge. We played cards like Mind Over Matter from Exodus, and we also played Tolarian Academy before essentially it was banned in every format except now Vintage. But Stroke of Genius was huge. We'd have Mind Over Matter, Tolarian Academy, a bunch of artifacts like Grim Monolith, etc. And then we would draw ourselves into more cards, and then we would force target player, our opponent, etc., to draw other cards. So that's 3, 4 plus 5 plus 3 plus now Wrath of God and foil. That's really cool. That's a 4. And oh, I thought that would be higher. So we have, again, we have 4 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4, and that gives us 16. I don't know, maybe there's not much in the way of high CMC, or I mean, too many cards that are high CMC. So that's 16 for Sam. So far, Sam is in the lead, but also as far as packs pulled, the coolest card that has been pulled right now has been Urza Lord High Artificer. What was the cool pack? What was the cool pull here? I guess it was Source of Polishers in the previous one that Jonas had. Forgotten Nation, of course, is a commander staple. But I think in that pack, Source of Plowshares was fun. Doesn't count towards your CMC though, unfortunately, Jonas. Oh, Legacy Weapon, Oversold Cemetery, yeah, cool. All right, moving on. So Sam, Jonas, and Grant, your packs have been opened already. Let's see what Will's got. Will's at work. Hopefully, this is not interrupting your battle with him. Good luck to you, brother. There's a lower high artificer though. That's a sweet pull. All right. Okay. Maybe I should do this. Okay, cool. So you have High Tide. Yep. Again, I'm just going to go through these uncommons, commons very quickly. No one really cares about them. I think whenever these box pulls happen, it's like, why are you going through the the uncommons and commons so slowly? Just get it done. Who cares? Whatever. Yep. I don't care about them, so I'm just going to lay them down. Let's see what we get for the first rare. It's a Royal Assassin. So we go with 3 plus the next one. It's a Wrath of God. Maze of Ith. That's actually a good pull. Maze of Ith. That is 0 though, unfortunately. And let's get the last one. It's a Spinal Embrace. Oh man. Okay. I mean, of course, the highlight so far is Urza Lord High Artificer that Sam pulled. Maybe the good pull here that you have, Will, was Maze of Ith. I mean, that is an EDH staple, so at least congratulations there. Spinal Embrace, let's add that. That is a 6. So 6 plus 0 plus 4 plus 3, that's 13. You didn't make the cutoff for low CMC, unfortunately, Will, and neither the high CMC. But at least you got a cool Maze of Ith. Let's write that in. That's 13. Spinal Embrace, man. Spinal Embrace. Holy shit. Okay, let's do this. All right, we are at Nathan. Nathan, my man. Okay, man. Let's see what's up, man. Let's see if that $50 was worth it, right? Oh, God. So far, the box is, I don't know, maybe I shuffled and randomized it enough that it it's gonna leave the best for last or best for later. Okay, I'm massacring this freaking booster pack wrapper. I apologize. I'm doing my best not to damage the cards. I think there's a better way, maybe presentation-wise on Twitch, or YouTube or whatever. It's probably a better thing to just cut the pack open. All right, so we're gonna separate the 4 and reveal this. Ooh, Goblin Matron. That's actually pretty cool as far as a Goblin staple. Again, these are commons, uncommons. If I see something that jumps out at me, I'll call it out, but otherwise I'm just going to move on. Cloud of Fairy is also very good, of course, in EDH. Combo enabler. So we'll set those down. Goblin Matron is cool, maybe not that cool. We'll see if something is better. First rare or mythic pulled is a Dark Depths. That's a pretty good pull, Nate. I won't lie. I'm just going to set that aside really quick because we might just show that on the top. Unfortunately, that is a 0. Kamal Fist of Krosa. That is a 6. So 0 plus 6 is 6. Lotus Bloom. Man, I remember opening this card back in the day. you know, the artwork, it was cool. You know, of course, nothing's ever going to beat a Black Lotus, but at the time I thought it was great. As I played Kitchen Table Magic enough, it didn't really make most of my decks, but I think it's a pretty cool card. So Nathan so far has 6 plus 2. That's 8. Let's see what the final reveal is. It is an Urza's Blueprints. Urza's Blueprints. Okay, so that's 6. And that makes 14 total. Dark Depths was your big hit. Congrats there, Nathan. Actually, let me just get that in there. And I think I need to I think I need to sleeve up the Urza Lord High Artificer. If I could just open this damn thing. Okay, there it is. Anyway, so that's 14. Let's tally it up. Put it on your number there. Okay. Next we have Aldo. Aldo, thanks for jumping in. I'm assuming you're a fan of Sablan MTG Alters. Thank you for being a fan. But hopefully, since if you're joining in on the channel, you'll become a fan of the Painter Servant. And yeah, maybe we could even get some games in the future. I know I talked to Nate earlier, but I think he just has a spell table set up recently. So I'm looking forward to a game with him in the future. I try to accommodate my friends and play some games, and I've been pushing him hard to try to get a spell table up. Okay, cool. Let's get into commons and commons. Okay, Draw News Crusade. Yeah, great for a black-red EDH deck. If everything else seems pretty standard, nothing really crazy. And let's get into the rares. Aldo, good luck. First rare up is a Mystical Tutor. Well, I guess technically halfway through the box, we're starting to get better pulls. So we have a Mystical Tutor, that's a 1. Phantom Nishoba. Okay, so that's 7. So 1 plus 7 is 8. Plus Lotus Bloom. And then we have an Arborea. Arborea. So, interesting thing about this card is I've known about it for the longest time. But when it was first released, it was not in the Urza Saga Legacy Destiny theme block. It was actually in, I think it was Legends. Might have been Legends. But Legends, though, you know, it had some cool cards. Of course, the big money cards everyone knows about, things like Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale, you know, whatever else Legends has, Moat, Mana Drain, etc. Great cards. But Arborea, you're looking at, you're like, man, this card is actually pretty sweet. But is it good enough to put in the deck? I don't know. And so I've never actually been able to put it in a commander deck. But now that it's released and reprinted in Dominaria Remastered, I might rethink about it because the art on it is sweet. So we have 1 plus 7 plus 2 for Lotus Bloom plus Arborea, which is 4. That's 14. Damn it. Not in the run for high CMC. So far, Sam is in the run. He's got the best pulls and the best pulls and is currently in the lead for high CMC. Okay, so what was the best one out of that? Probably Mystical Tutor. Okay. Dang, my bad. Let me make sure why did I separate out the token there? I didn't mean to. I apologize, everyone. What about this one? Okay. All right. So 14, 10, 16, 13, 14, and 14. I think I'm going to double check my math later, but I think we're good to go. Everyone can check me on that later or now, whatever, but I think we're good. So 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 2 is 7, plus 7 is 14. That's correct. 0 plus 6 plus 2, that's 8, plus 6 is 14. Goblin Matron is not a rare. It's a common. So 14 is correct for Nathan. 0 plus 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Sam, 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 3 is 11, plus 5 is 16. Vexing Sphinx is 3, plus 0, plus 3 is 6, plus 4 10. And then Grant, we had 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Okay, yeah, we're good. You know, I'm an engineer, so it's always good to check back the numbers, make sure we're straight. You got to make sure things, you know, especially if they go into design or construction or whatever, you know, anything math, you got to make sure everything's checked twice. You know, you can't, you know, the phrase we use in the Army is called trust but verify, which means you trust people to do their jobs, but you know, you need to go back in and check on certain things so you verify those actions that have been taken. So we don't want to mess numbers up. All right, this is Robert's pack. We're gonna go the 4. We'll reveal that later. Terror. Okay, cool. Swords to Plowshares foil. Okay, awesome. Yep, Manowar combo piece. Very cool. Alarin. Yeah, Alarin, Manowar, and like any other ETB kind of effect, maybe throw in a Cloudstone Curio, and you're combo intense. Okay, cool. So, what are our 4 mythics and rares? First up, we have a Shivan Dragon or Shivan Dragon. 6. Let's get the calculator back out. So 6. Gamble. I know Jonas is looking for one of those, but in foil. So that's 1, 7. An Oversowed Cemetery. That's 2. And last but not least, we have a Wrath of God. I think that's the 3rd Wrath of God we pulled in this box. That's unfortunate. I was kind of hoping to see Forces of Wills, you know, on the order of more than 1. We haven't even hit 1 Force of Will so far. Okay, so 6 plus 1 plus 2 plus 4, that puts us at 13. Not low CMC or high CMC, unfortunately. Sam has got the hookup so far. Let's go to the next pack. Oh, man. You know, I've seen some really awesome collector boxes getting pulled on, I mean, every social media outlet out there. I mean, I pay attention to the most to Facebook, but like I've seen a box where a dude pulls like 3 Forces of Will of different art and foiling. I'm like, this is bullshit. Okay. Anyway, Meryl Age token, that's cool. Ryan, good luck. Let's separate out the uncommons and commons. And call anything out that sparks the fancy or nostalgia. Nothing really, unfortunately. Oh, Frantic Search, that's cool. Great card to play in EDH for draw and power. I think the latest deck that I built was Chun-Li, Countless Kicks, and Frantic Search is an amazing card for that deck. Anyway, let's move on to the rares and mythics. We have a Decimate, that's 4. We have a Forgotten Ancient, that's 4. A Triskelion. God damn it! What's going on with these packs? Okay, Triskelion. I love this card. I used to play it in my mono brown old school deck. You know, long time ago when I was a kid, I played cards like Ancient Tomb, City of Traders, Grim Monolith, whatever. And then I also played this really cool card called oh man, what the heck was it called? Oh, shoot, it's like it's I think the card has in the name Matrix. Not Bubble Matrix, it's another one. Anyway, but you shit, I suck. I need to come back to it later. But you don't have to, or I'm sorry, during each player's untap step, they choose one type of permanent. You get to untap those permanents. Usually my lands, they don't they don't essentially get tapped anymore because I have a bunch of artifacts that can tap for mana. So I just untap all artifacts in our artifact deck. Just Skellions out there just to be, you know, easy removal if need be. But a lot of mana was drawn from that deck. +6, that's 14 so far. 6 + 4 + 4, that's 14. And we have a foil gamble. +1, so that's 15. Ryan, you did not make the cutoff for high MCMC. I was actually kind of hoping someone would beat Sam because he had the best pulls so far. So that is a 15. Okay, next one we got Kenny. Man, long time no see, brother. It's been a super long time. I hope everything's well with you and all for the best with the family. I'm glad we were able to connect again. You resurfaced on Facebook. I appreciate you connecting. And yeah, let's see what you got. Good luck, brother. All right. Foil gamble. That's pretty cool. I won't lie. Especially in the old art. Wild growth foil. This is actually a pretty cool pull. Because I think this art was used in 7th edition, and in foil, of course, anything in 7th edition for foils, as far as that's concerned, is really expensive. But you get a chance at looking at an old school looking art with the foil in this new set. That's great. Of course, that's not going to count toward your CMC. Oh, Elva Spirit Guide. So far you have some pretty decent pulls, Kenny, on the common and uncommon side. Those are the ones that I've identified very immediately. Elva Spirit Guide, of course, if anyone plays CEDH, that is a CEDH staple. If you throw some green in there, add that extra mana. On to the mythics and rares. First pull is a Body Snatcher. That's 4. Oversold Cemetery. Holy shit. I think this is the 3rd Oversold Cemetery in this box. Maybe the frequency of collector boosters is if there's a card in there, like let's say it's Force of Will, or maybe it's Wrath of God, or Oversold Cemetery, like maybe it'll be 3 in that box or more. Like this is kind of getting ridiculous. Okay, No Mercy. That's actually a pretty cool pull. The last time this actually was reprinted, I think it was either a Secret Lair, but also I know they did it in Amonkhet for those invocations that they had. Great card. I know the original Urza's Legacy foil print is stupid expensive now. Anyway, you get a reprint. That's 4. Kenny, what's going on? You're right at 10. Let's see if you beat. Right now we're at 10. Let's see if you beat 16. It's a Decimate. 4. God damn it. Okay, that puts you at 14. What was the cool pull? I guess it was No Mercy. Okay. We are at 7:40. I got to get to work soon, so I'm gonna speed this up a bit. Appreciate everyone sticking around. We got 8 viewers on. It's gonna be fun. Let's do this. The nostalgia of this set is amazing. Okay, so we got a Griffin. Separate the last 4. Impulse. Okay. Yeah. Mindstone. Okay, cool. Let's get to the mythics and rares. First one is a Pashalik Mons. I think he came out in Dominaria United. Helm of Awakening. So 3 + 2 is 5. Gauntlet of Power. That's 5. And last but not least, Wrath of God. There it is. There it is. If you get a collector booster box and you start seeing 2 of the same type of card, you're probably going to get more. I don't know. So that's 4. So 2 + 3 + 5 + 4. That's 14. Wow. Okay. Levon. Bro, what's up, man? If you're watching, that's really cool. I know Sam's hooking it up. Sam might be the high CMC winner today. Levon, my man. I don't know. I forget Levon. How many alters do you have of ours? It's a few. I know. I can't remember the number. So Levon, good luck. Yeah, Varl machine. Yep, duplication is the new WotC strategy. Oh, look at this Spiritmonger. It's an uncommon, so they downgraded it from a rare to an uncommon. I used to play this a lot. In my black-green land destruction deck. So I'd be playing Thermal Karsts, Winter's Grasps, Rain of Tears, Sinkholes, Creeping Molds, all these things. Oh my god! And guess what? The beater in the land destruction green-black deck was Spiritmonger. Yep, great card. It's uncommon though, unfortunately. All right, so those are out of the way. Gamble foil. That's one. Divine Sacrament. So I've actually never remembered seeing this card pulled, at least when I was a kid. When I saw this, I was like, wow, this is actually a pretty cool card. The threshold kind of holds it back, but it's fine. It's an anthem. Okay, so that's 1 plus 3 is 4, plus the next one, we have a Bird of Paradise. Okay, so that's a 1. You might be in the run for lowest CMC. Drum roll. Let's go. Right now we're at 5. Let's check it out. It is a Triskelion. 10. Oh wait, no. 11. So you are not low CMC. Levon. You had 11. Okay. Okay. So Jonas, low CMC currently. High CMC is Sam. Let's do the final pack, and it is to G. G is one of our clients. And I hope they're watching. Marriage foil token. Okay. I don't know. This might be the best pack out of the whole thing. Who knows? Molgar Marshall. Okay. High Tide. Blah. Icy Manipulator. Man, this card used to be a bomb. I actually, as far as this is concerned, I love the original art that they had on it. It's amazing. It just brings back so much nostalgia. You play Icy Manipulator, Royal Assassin. That used to be the synergistic combo pair. Tap something down, kill it with Royal Assassin, and you're good to go. Conveniently, I decided to pick up some beta copies a long time ago, and I still have them. They're amazing. Okay, cool. Enough of that. Let's get into what we actually care about, which are the mythics and rare pulls. Time stretch. Okay. maybe we did save the best for last. So that's 10 plus a Lyra Dawnbringer. That's 15. Oh my god. The best for last. Are you serious? Okay. Hyper Geeky, is that UG? All right, 2 lands. All right, 2 lands. That's what War Machine wants to see happen. Lyra Dawnbringer. What the hell? I swear I did not plan any of this. It's not like I pre-opened packs and decided that the last pack was going to be the best pack. So that's 20 plus a Royal Assassin. We were just talking about Royal Assassin. So you get the combo pair. You get the combo pair of Icy Manipulator, nostalgic as it is, at least for me. Icy Manipulator does not count towards your CMC, but you basically blew everyone out of the water anyway. Um, so you finished everyone off. You killed everyone off, being the royal assassin. So 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 5 is 13, plus 10 is 23. Yep. G is the ultimate assassin, finishing everyone off with a 23. And that was by far the best pack of the stream. Holy cow. All right. I'm making a mess here. Okay, let's just go over the details again. Shoot. I hope everyone can hear me, right? As far as audio is concerned, I think audio is good to go. Grant with 14, Jonas with 10, Sam with 16, with the best pull being Urza, Will at 13, Nathan 14, Aldo 14, Robert 13, Ryan 15, Kenny 14, Thomas 14, Levon 11, and G with the superb pack with 23. Okay. Yeah. What was that? Back in like 2002 or whatever, the recount in Florida. I'm going over a little bit of history here. Yeah, no, I demand a recount. Unfortunately, the math never lies. We checked those out. We're good to go. G, you are the winner of the Kamigawa Land Pack. Congratulations. I am super ecstatic about these. And we actually are just finishing up your commission. We get to throw this in your package at the same time, so we could save on shipping a little bit. But these are amazing. I hope you enjoy it. White, blue, black, red, green. Throw it in your 5-color EDH deck and have a blast. White, blue, black, red, green. Yep. So that's yours. That goes in your package, and then Jonas with the low CMC. You get our cool new Capenna lands. Hey, brother, I really appreciate you jumping in. It's amazing that you're still committed, and I hope you enjoy it. And that's what's up. Okay, very cool. I hope everyone enjoyed the stream. Hopefully, in me opening these packs, and maybe you in the future as you open your packs, you have a sense of nostalgia if you're an old player. But if you're a new player, maybe you can, experience that, knowing that these cards existed at one point, in the past, back, 28 years ago, or I'm sorry, between 24 and 28 years ago, these packs were being opened. It's an amazing set, I think. It's great. A lot of great cards. Support your LGS, of course. I think, in these times that we're in, during COVID and post-pandemic, those are the stores that really would like some of your support. Of course, support your local artists as well. Sablan MTG Alters. We've been around since 2016. It's amazing how long we've been in and doing it. But if you don't already follow us, that's great. Go ahead and do that now. Reach out to some other artists, Alter artists that are out there. Keith from Keithulu Cards, the guy or the person that introduced me to this idea, and I shared it with my team. I think it's an amazing concept, and it's a new wave of alters that can be done on cards. Last but not least, I guess I'd like to call out the military. Again, if you support the military, that's great. One of the other things that I'm involved in is the Alliance of Military Magic Players. I'm one of the co-founders. And so again, my Twitch streams and everything I do on social media is geared towards supporting the military or alters artists. And essentially we have a blast doing all those things. Okay, let's get to the closeout. And well, I think technically I did the closeout. Let's see. Do this. All right, 8 people still left. Thanks for sticking around. For everyone else that joined in Twitch land or on the internet, Please feel free to reach out to me if you're interested in anything. Sablan MTG Alters. And again, support local artists, support local game shops, support the military. Those are definitely part of my narrative. I appreciate everyone coming on. Have a good one. Great box battle, everyone. Thanks.